Hi everybody, I'm back again with another project. This time I'm going to show you another tool which I created recently using Python, MySQL, Streamlit and Plotily to give an insight on PhonePe datasets from the GitHub Repository. As we all know that PhonePe is a digital money wallet system. It is being used popularly throughout the country of India. Using the live data from the GitHub repository, we are going to see what we can do using the tool. So let me launch the tool first. This is the tool. Now if you look into that, it says that there is no data to display. First we have to get the data. If you look into this is the local folder where I'm going to clone the GitHub PhonePe data. So I'm going to copy this, I will paste it here, enter it, clone the GitHub. The process will run for a while. So in the meanwhile, like, you can just check with why PhonePe tool is much useful to the economy. It says like, see, when you look into this, the Reserve Bank of India has spent like 5,000 crores to create the currency. The money is very much spent for creating the money. Now the data sets has been cloned to the local drive. If you check, now we have a folder called data where all the data has been stored in such a way with the aggregated transaction user, and again within every all the three folders in all the other three categories. Let us see one of it. So this is how it is. We go deeper inside like this, state wise, then the year wise, then it's a JSON file on quarter base. Every quarter the JSON has been produced. Now our Python code in the application will read everything iteratively. The cloning of datasets from the GitHub is being cloned in the local drive. That is phase 1. Now we go to the phase 2. That is whatever the data we got into the local drive, so we have to make it unified. We have to make it compatible before storing it into the database. So that is, we are going to warehouse the data. Before that, some cleaning has to be done. The Python codes will take care of it. So now, once I click it and get stored in MySQL database tables, this process will take a while. When all the database has been created, now all the tables are created. Here we can see all the details of things. Now we are into the section 3, the phase 3, where this is question based query. The questions have been predefined based on a criteria. The questions have been framed and we are fetching the data based on the questions. In such a scenario where from the aggregate table the transaction count for selected year and its quarter is need to be shown. When it comes to the visualization part, here we have pie chart and this is chloroplet map. In the chloroplet map, the darker the state, any of the state, that says it has got a higher the value from the bar. This is how it is being represented. Any of the year from here, so it gets dynamically changed based on the quarter. And the transaction type also, like, it deals with the recharge bills and peer-to-peer amount, merchant payment, financial services, so many things are there. So generally when we keep changing to one another, you can see differences in this dynamically. A similar way, in the question 2, the same fashion, this is all about the transaction amount of the aggregate table, where based on the year and the quarter selected and the type of transaction, it will show the graph. Here we can take the chart in a bigger way, and it has got the heading for what the scenario is showing, everything. Based on whatever the selections we do here, that will get updated in the title as well. If you look into here, the table part, we'll do the descending order like from high to low. Which state Maharashtra is based on the scenario. Maharashtra is in the peak and Karnataka is in the second. And we have inside text. The first few sentences are formed with a combination of the data fetched from here and whatever the criteria is being selected here. And the later sentences were being archived. So when this scenario is met, those get appended like that is how the inside text is created. Sometimes it says about like what city is a catalyst for such a happening. So like we can go through all the scenarios. When it comes to some other scenario, like even the columns will get changed according to that. Like now here we have Apple brand users, Motorola brand users, and user count. And this map is a histogram map. So it says by ranking wise, like what are all the states with what are all the ranks ranging from. And these kind of data generally it is useful for the technology team of PhonePe to know about what are all the consumer brands of the devices were used and to check the compatibility test and the durability compatibility or such a efficiency test. They can go through these data like, and even these data will give an insight on what is the financial status or what is the economy of a state as well. Like generally the brand values are always tagged with so which kind of place such people are more. That kind of insight we can take when it comes to the economic point of view. This data can be used for if at all like every single person uses the phone pay, then through this record we can say like which brand is selling more, which is not related to the phone pay, but we can. So this shows the top 5 districts of the selected year and quarter and which state they belong to. The Bangalore urban district from Karnataka is showing more. So this is the way. And this, when it comes to the top registered districts, the registered users of a district for any state, the funnel map is a better map where these 3 districts belongs to here, Maharashtra. And when we click it, it disappears. And whereas only the Bangalore urban from Karnataka. So like if you look into the thing detail, like it is all connected. This says like these are the 3 different Hyderabad, Rangareddy district and Machal, this particular district, they all belong to Telangana. So this way like it shows about the app open count of a year and a quarter in all the states. So this particular Maharashtra and the Karnataka shows more. So it's more with this particular value. And next comes the Maharashtra, Jaipur. Here we can see this way as well. This is the insight, the text, like why, how it is happening. Basically, these first few sentences gives the factual data about like which quarter, everything. Now all these sentences are something like already archived based on the state and the district which has been chosen. This will get accumulated over there. Similar way, this is again a funnel chart in a horizontal way where there's a total count of state districts. Certain states has got maximum number of districts. Say for example, Uttar Pradesh has got 75, and it has been colored with state-wise. Like here also we can check which state is where. So this way we can say like, what is the state? Delhi. And the state is, yeah, Ladakh state is there. Ladakh has got 2 districts. Chandigarh has 1 district. There's the 8th one is about the highest insurance count of a selected year in the quarter. So it gives, at a glance, we can see that which is higher and which is lower. That is the way how it is used. Again, here is the summary. Like whatever the data is there, with the help of Pandas, we can just make it to show over here, like which is what is what is what. Everything is combined over there. And this one is a donut chart for in a specific year and quarter. We can select it, so dynamically it will get updated. As it's also same like the previous thing, only the chart is different. When it comes to the 10th, it is about the which state's district was in top, the insurance for and the insurance amount for all the 9 quarters now and in the past. For this one, the data is shown in this way, whereas like we can disable and we can see the colors. So this is 2004 data previously here for the state, and these are all the data how it has been represented. It's a box diagram. It's a box diagram, so it is showing this way. This is the end of the predefined question. Now we are getting into the fourth phase. The fourth phase is something which is most challenging to execute. It is something like with a mix and match, you will be able to explore the entire table, like what all the data is there. Now these are all the tables which have been saved. There are 9 tables in 3 categories and 3 subcategories. So every table like we have this way, where we can selectively go with, we can select one particular state and we can select particular year and a particular quarter where it is so focused. The data will be like this way. Otherwise, we can get all entire the whole database, the entire tables, everything over here. The entire record will be there. So for that particular table, for aggregated insurance, we get the entire thing. Or we can go by selective way like this. And here like we can even choose which one we wanted like in the table, whether it has to be the insurance amount. This insurance amount it will show. The graph has been generated, that is what it's taking time. The tiny dots are the graphs generated. Maybe we can go by a specific year or a specific state wise. This is even tinier than that. So we can go with a specific year. This is too tiny. We can even choose by the quarter. And on top of this, we have some interesting things when it comes to the maps, where we can choose the colors of maps. We can make it greens, gray, so however is needed, like very colorful rainbow. And over here, like we can swap the parameters. For example, in the aggregated insurance, the insurance amount, if I choose the color by state, it will be in this way. It is a box chart where we can even choose the box, the type of the chart as well. Box chart is there, bar chart is there. This bar chart, that this is a mix and match of everything. Pie chart, we can see, we can change the data as whatever we wanted. We can take whichever the column is selected over there, that will get updated here as well. As this table don't have the district parameter, we will restrict ourselves not selecting this by not selecting it. So we can, whatever the columns are present in that particular database, we can go only with that one. When it comes to the transactions, the transaction type is there. We can go by different types of transaction types, or we can even compare it within the transaction types. Say for example here, yeah, by this way we can compare within the different types of transactions. We can choose a color by state. So whatever the state, it will show like this. All the different types of the transactions. Or we can even choose a specific territory by specific year, by a specific quarter as well. This way we can explore the entire data and we can compare it with every single thing. These are basically the parameters, these, the axis, what we wanted in the x-axis. It generally defines the x. These are the colors, like by what method we can color it. These are different types of charts. So this way we can explore every single possibility what we require. If we check with aggregated user, this one where we can, the bar charts can be used to choose brands, or we can choose among the brands. These are all the different brands what we see here. We can change the color by the state wise, so it shows like which state has how many consumers. So we can generate the vibrant mix and match charts like this. We have the complete freedom to explore the way how the data is represented. So these are all the brands which is there. We can go by the state wise as well, because this state, when we choose a state, when the color is state wise, it'll get only a single color. That is also there. Like with the mix and match, we can create the this way we can explore. There are certain tables which deals with the districts. Maybe here we can go by district as well. We get the data through by the districts. I'll change it to the state so that it will have multiple colors. The district to which that state belongs to, it will show that particular color. These are all the districts, group of districts where it is grouped by. So this is the Assam, which is missing here is Assam. This is Jammu and Kashmir. This is Uttar Pradesh, which has got a broader area. It has got many districts, so it is broader in width conceptually. So this is some histogram map. You get something like this. The user map, the quarter by the year, by the district. As a district is not there, so by brands, yeah, with the brand we have nice data representation. Maybe the brands and transaction type. It is not a parameter here. For all the 4 quarters, when we select a particular brand, there is all this. And these are all brands. It goes this way. Then this is the brand representations. We can go to state wise. We can go with the whole India wise. So we can choose the particular chart which suits that scenario for a better representation of the data. And in certain tables we can compare the districts as well. If the district is displayed here, we can go with the district options. When we choose the state wise, it will be colored with representing to the states. Whatever the state we are checking with, this is Maharashtra. represented in a very crazy way. Box charts. Line chart is something like this, where here the color parameter will not work for this. One tone chart. So this is a, like, we can check every single parameter as it is a one single year, like the year was in a flat color. Go by the state wise, the state wise data. So this here we get when we are selecting precisely a specific year, specific quarter, it will give a proper representation. Whenever the districts are involved in the columns, it will not show properly. That is one problem with the chloroplet. If the districts are not there in the column, the chloroplet will show nicely, because whichever the table has got the district column, it's getting overlapped. Like state wise, when the 3-4 districts are there, it'll get, maybe it'll get confused, I think. And generally we see very lighter shade of the result. But when we select a specific district in it, by Andhra Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, and one can experiment a lot with the outcomes. With the permutation, combination, there are so many things. Like we see here, the graph. I don't know whether is it properly visible or not. Maybe if it is black, we could see it very nicely, I believe. And this is the table which is relevant for this particular query. Whatever the query we choose here. And one great thing what I explored is, like, with these combinations what we select over here, it will generate the query. This query is being executed in SQL part to render these particular data frame and these visualizing tools. What I'm trying to show is whatever the class we select, it will all get updated here. So it generates a query. I hope I have done my part better in exploring these, and please help me with your feedbacks. Based on your feedbacks, I can do a few things even better than what I'm doing now, and probably it'll enhance my learning also. Please feel free to comment on this, and thank you so much.